You'll have noticed that I've been talking a lot about adventure since the new year, and I've touched on how adventure varies from person to person. And really the idea behind that is that we should be embracing adventure no matter where on the kind of adventure scale that may or may not be. The shelters that we make from repurposed military parachutes are really popular. People who love being in the outdoors, probably already in the outdoors doing kind of wild camping or sitting around a fire that they've built. The bushcraft, the wilderness skills, that kind of ilk. Since we made the transition away from army surplus and into the outdoor shelter arena, we've been getting more and more people who don't naturally do those kind of things and don't have those skills. And those of you that are in that kind of area need a little more help and a little more advice. So we've been thinking about how we can do that, and in that thought process we've realised that actually there is so many more people out there that we could probably help. So right from those of you that are already going out and doing wild camps to those of you that are over here and have never slept outdoors or have never climbed a tree, because we're all different. By questioning what adventure is and taking a step back from what you might see in a film or on a television programme or in social media, we can actually look at ways of having tiny adventures and building on those tiny adventures. And that's how, for those of you that don't class yourself as massively adventurous, the people that you see that you think are, that their life is full of adventure and wonder, they started off by having little adventures and building on that knowledge and experience of those little adventures and building until you get to something that is really adventurous. So this series of articles and videos are all about adventures that you can have in and around the home. So we're going to pare things right back at the beginning of 2019 and start from the very beginning. And what adventures can you have in a house? And I picked my daughter's brains for that. So she's 7 years old. I said, right, well, what kind of things could we be doing inside the house? Sunday, a couple of weeks back, I said, Maggie, we're going to have home adventures on Sunday. What do you think we should do? This is the list that she came up with. The floor is lava, which we're avid fans of in this family. Lava monster, which I hadn't come across before, but it appears that they do that in school. So she ran through that with me. We did the Stepping Stones game, which was very, very funny, and we upped the ante on that as well to make it a bit more adventurous. And then the other thing that we're yet to do, that I wanted to do, was the Conservatory Observatory, but we haven't had a clear sky, or we haven't been around while we've had a clear sky to make the most of that. So we spent hours on that Sunday doing all those different things, laughing, screaming, shouting, running around the house, doing all the things that traditionally as a parent you probably go, don't do that, don't climb on the sofa, don't climb up those stairs. And it was a lovely, lovely time. And I urge you to go and explore your own home and see what types of adventures that you could do. The other thing we're yet to do is to build a den. And I quite like the idea of building a den in the front room and getting a bowl of popcorn and watching a film or playing a game or something along those kind of lines. So we've given you a few different ideas of the adventures that we've had in our home, and hopefully you can take those and go and have some fun with your family in and around your home. But what I'd really love is if you could feed back to us and say, actually, Rich, Maggie would love doing this, or you'd have a great time if you did this. So please comment, send a message about other things that we could do, other little adventures we could do in our house.